Welcome back to the channel, fellow exhausted. This is video number 3 on a 3-part series, and you have probably already watched video number 1 and video number 2 on this heater case removal, broken heater door, hot cold door, broken case, what you had to do to fix it, how we went about it. Turned out to be a replacement for the heater core case from Toyota. The customer has driven this vehicle for about 2 to 3 weeks since video number 2. Everything's good on it. Hot cold doors working good, no squeaks, rattles. The report is good. So I wanted to wait till I did my final video to get some feedback from the customer. But no problems. And so now I'll kind of review what we did in video number 1, just to summarize it. We removed the heater case, found what the problem was, that it was basically stuck in cold. It had no heat. It had a broken gear and door, and we showed how to get that case out and what you had to do and what everything looked like below or behind the 3 layers of the dash: the decorative applique, the plastic sheeting, the metal frame of the dash. Those are the 3 parts of it. So we showed you that in one, and in video number 2, we showed the transferring of some of the pieces of the video. We showed some of the pieces of the HVAC system, all the heater case, the air conditioner case, and swapping it out, and what you had to do to take the old pieces and put them on the new piece, and so on. And then we also showed putting the case in, and what was involved in that. And I tried to explain that. There was a lot that I didn't show because I don't have a tripod and I'm inexperienced at this. But I went back and kind of explained where you had to cut and what you had to do and overlapping the pieces. And now this video, we're just going to do a quick one and show you what kind of tool you need. That's one thing I did not elaborate much on the first or the second video. I brought all my panel tools out, but it is really only one that I used. Didn't really need all that many tools to do this job. A 10 millimeter, 12, 14, and I think there might have been a 17 here and there. Maybe that was the seat nuts. So it really wasn't too many tools required, but I'll show you here in just a minute the tool that was kind of the rock star of removing the applique on the dash. And you got to be careful, use some finesse. And so that was kind of the tricky part, but let's go to the inside of the vehicle here. The customer's back for an oil change today, and so I thought this would be a good time to do the final. As you see, it all went back together real well. This is the tool that you'll be needing. Just a plastic tool. It comes in a set, usually like 6 or 7 different pieces. Different tools have some of them have a little fork on the end, some of them are straight, but this is the one that worked the best. Was able to put it up under in areas. I would definitely do this job in a warm facility or outside when it's warmer. If it's real cold, I think I would wait till you could get it in someplace warm. I didn't break anything. There was no broken tabs or anything. It went really smooth. It came apart a lot harder than it went back together. But you gotta follow a sequence. You want to start at the outside of the dash and remove this stuff. This is the first piece that comes off, then it's this, and then you take this glove box assembly, and there's an airbag down there. What I did, I disconnected the battery 24 hours before I removed any of the airbag stuff, just to have the capacitor drain a little bit. Didn't want to take any chances on that. Pull the negative terminal, waited 24 hours, then I started in on the job. I think that's what they still recommend. But you pull the outer pieces, get to the center on both sides. Okay, then you pull the center applique, And it's just pretty self-explanatory if you look at it and just, you'll see the series. It'll start kind of making sense, but you start at the outside, at the doors, work your way in both sides, okay? On the first or the second video, I mentioned that you had to, that you didn't have to pull the console clear out, just this part, but you do need to unbolt this. There's 4 bolts that hold this down to the floor. You take those 4 bolts loose, unplug something up in there, slide the whole thing back. Then you have to take all the applique off of the shifter area on the console. The shifter, you can unbolt it. It can flop back then. You do have to remove this seat. There's about 4 or 5 plug-ins for the airbag and seat heater and power, so on. But you just take loose the seat, scoot it back. So that really opens it up enough that I believe you can tilt the column down and get the applique out. But the applique does have to come out from around the speedometer and the lower airbag on the driver's side. All that has to come out and stuff. And you do need to unbolt the side of the dash with the main frame where it bolts up to the A-pillar on the left side. I never could get it completely loose over there. I mentioned that in my first or second video. The right hand, I was able to get it completely loose and moved it out about 2 inches. I explained that, I think, in the second video, what I ratcheted it off the strike plate. So that's, in a nutshell, was it. But I just wanted to let you guys know the air conditioner worked really good afterwards. The heater did. The controls, there was no lights on. Full operation, customers happy. So it can be done at an independent level or a do-it-yourself level. It's just that you need to be experienced at this stuff. You need to know something about it, and you would need to know how to do a heater core and evaporator core on an older vehicle too. I would say that would be a prerequisite for that. So to have some experience with it, just don't go in as a non-mechanic or with somebody that is to help you. So, but just wanted to do this video and follow up and not leave you hanging there. And in the future, I don't normally work on the newer stuff as much nowadays since I'm kind of retired, but I'm still doing a lot of restoration type work, especially on my own, and a few things for other people, but mostly for myself. And so the next video will be a 292 GM 1970 vintage engine. And so there'll be probably 6 or 7 videos to do that. And I'm going to break it down in steps. And I'll get right to the tips and the tricks of the trade on that. And I'm not going to be emphasizing too much on the basic stuff, but the things that you must know to build an engine, things that got to be right or it will self-destruct. And then after that, we'll be moving on to 55 Pontiac Chieftain for a complete restoration. And I would imagine that will probably be somewhere around 50 to 60 videos at least, maybe more. And in between that, we'll do some videos on some exhaust work, because we have a pipe bender. We bend our own pipe, and how to do some of that, how to do alignments, and a few things like that. None of this is rocket science, and we try to explain it in the most layman ways. Try to keep it really simple, but we just break down everything, make it simple, and then perform the task. So continue watching and keeping up with the channel, and I should get better with my recording abilities. Right now I'm just doing it on a cell phone, but we'll get a tripod, we'll get a mic, maybe get a computer, we'll see. But we'll try to enhance the quality of it, get it the best we can. But stick with us, and we'll try to do about 2 videos a week, okay? So thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate you guys doing that. And you guys hang in there and try to help out each other. And remember, we're all on this merry-go-round together, so be kind to each other. Thank you.